Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, my name is Sylvia and I make videos on planning with the occasional review. Planning has always been my way of working out problems and solving the day-to-day issues in my life. Join me as I experiment on how to best tackle projects, figure out how to stick with habit tracking, and celebrate the wins, both big and small. So grab a cup or a glass of whatevs and let's get on with the video. Hey planner friends, here is everything that I'm using for the month of June in 2025. I know, it seems like a lot. Is it out of control? Probably. I think this is the most amount of pens that I've had in a really long time. I don't know how this happened. I'm gonna walk you through it. But anyway, so I'm gonna show you this guy in case you haven't been following my YouTube shorts, but I did a video on this and I am loving it. It's been less than a week, but it is gorgeous. And of course I thought, man, missed opportunity. After I put this elastic on, I thought, Scooby-Doo, I should have put a little something of Scooby-Doo on here. Maybe in the corner. I can still do that later because that's what this reminds me of. His beautiful coat. And then of course this is the color of his collar. But I do love it so much. This little guy is awesome. And yeah, so this is my standard where I'm keeping most of my planning, but it is divided between here, here, and here. I know, at some point something is not going to get opened, probably, but this is where we're at. So I have shown this on my other YouTube channel, my writing channel, because this is my little writing notebook on the go. But here's the thing. I was leaving this sometimes at home because I didn't always need it. I needed to plan in here so I would know what my month was going to look like, what my week was going to look like. But it was really kind of too large for me to care about carrying for my days. So I decided to put my days in this since this goes with me no matter what. All right, so this is the Passport Camel. And again, I did do all of this and have videos on it with the Glowforge at my library. So I had, at the time, I have this little insert in here. And this is the Traveler's Company insert. That's just the lined one in passport size, and I wasn't using it, so I took it out for right now. I can always put it back in later. And I switched it out with the green insert, which is the 5mm grid. Oh, we're losing the sun. Nothing new, that always happens. In here I have the Tomoe river paper insert, and I've just been writing every day in here, and it's just, well, most days anyway, I should say. I love it for short fiction on the go. I can actually pack a ton on this page because I'm doing something crazy. I'm using this pen, which we'll get to in a minute. I'm keeping a couple of index cards in the back here, and then of course this little memo pad in the back, which off the top of my head I can't remember. It's 3 inches by 5 inches. And so this has been working out really well in the square grid. The reason why I pulled out the square grid is because I'm lazy and I'm not going to get it together. This is lazy planning to draw out lines on here. Now, I know what you're saying, but Sylvia, you drew them out here. Yeah, but all I have to do is like line up my ruler with the line that's already there vertically, and I don't have to like measure it out and then line them up and try to do a straight line because there's just so much potential to kind of, F that up. So it's a pass for doing that on lined paper. If this is all I had, I'd probably try to figure it out, but I don't want to. So I'm doing it in here. This, you have seen the system before. So I have any kind of signifier first, and then there is a dot to say that this task is actionable. And then I have a D here for the date I started it, and F for the date that I finished it. Very simple, works really well for me, and I love it. I have some things off to the future here that I didn't want to forget about. This one I actually, I'm going to get to very soon. So that's how this looks. You've definitely seen it before. Plenty of space in here to do that. And that's what worked best for me. Now, is it stressful? A little bit. Am I kind of irritated that I can't have all of my planning all in one place? I forgot to put those back. Yes. At first it really was, but honestly, having the dailies in this tiny little thing, because the dailies in here, which I'll show you, I was working with dailies in here, it was just so much. There was so much space because I have been used to an A6, which is this size. I think it's like, what is this? This is 4 by 6 inches. And so, I don't know. I just think that I really am comfortable planning dailies in here because it's not that serious. Okay, moving on. So to the pen that I'm using in here, I forgot about that. Okay, bring you back. So this is a Uniball or Uni Jetstream, excuse me. And I used to hate these very much because you get them free, which is probably a lie because they probably charge you. But you get them free if you order from the Hobonichi website with every purchase. And I have several of them from over the years. And I just took out the ink cartridges and put them in here. So this is a 0.5 and it actually has like, I don't know what you call it. It holds 4 cartridges. Do we call it a barrel? I'm not even sure. I'm so pen savvy, can you tell? I used to be, I swear I'm falling off. So we have black, blue, green, red, and then we have pencil. Now I'm pretty much a black pen all the way, one pen for everything. But I don't know. I guess because I have more time in the summer, I just am switching it up and I'm kind of really loving the fact that I have all these different colors for things. Now, it's kind of stressful again for me as a planner because when I look at some of my pages, they're more colorful than I'm used to, and sometimes more color can be great because your eye will stop on green and then it will stop on red. If everything is one big block of green, it's really hard to kind of suss things out, but it also kind of looks junky sometimes to have too much color. It just looks crazy. And I look at it and I'm like, this is not pretty. I don't think I can handle it. Right now, your girl is growing because I've been using this and I love it. Now, normally, one of the reasons why I didn't like the Uni Jetstream is it makes my handwriting kind of terrible, and I haven't really cared about that because the Tomoe River paper insert that I'm using in here, this works really well on that, and again, my handwriting can be kind of junky, but that's usually because I try to write really large. I am writing teeny tiny in here. For some reason, it's just working for me, and the smaller you write with a Uni Jetstream or a very fine tip nib, the better it will work and the nicer your handwriting is. But usually I'm just like sloppy and I'm writing all large and then it starts to kind of skip and act crazy and I really hate it. I hate how it looks. It looks like chicken scratch. So yeah, I've talked about pens for a really long time. If you know, you know. If you don't, that's okay. Maybe we'll get to a point in the video where you are understanding what I'm saying. I don't know. So that is this little notebook. Okay, so then we have this guy, which was what, I don't know, like $1.40, so under $2, which is fabulous. And I was very surprised to find out that it is fountain pen friendly. I don't use a fountain pen, but I just thought that was really cool because usually when you find paper in America, especially like in a spiral bound situation from Walmart, it's just not the best quality. But I also went through and I put some headers here with a bunch of Tombow markers in various colors. I just went through the rainbow and it did not bleed through. And I was like, what? This is amazing. This one's dying. I had to throw it away. But even these like darker colors, there was no bleed through, which was pretty kind of awesome. So I did like a summertime bucket list. You probably saw this in my last video where I was writing down my goals. Maybe you didn't. And if not, I will go through this again anyway. So it doesn't really matter. And then I had some someday maybes. And then this is my June list. And look, I have 2 things marked off. Your girl needs to get to work. Honestly, a lot of this is stuff that I need to chip away at, or I just need to take an hour and, you know, do like 5 minutes, 10 minutes here to get them done. It is what it is. Okay. So I love writing my monthly to-do list and any of my lists on the go in here. Now, these are not meant to be really, really long lists. I know that the monthly is a whole month, but I'm still using my 3-ring binder. I don't know why I didn't bring it. Nope, it's in the other room, sorry. Just because I can print out longer lists and have it look neat and really, really nice and have it for a really long time. And if ever I get rid of a bunch of stuff on the list and I need to write a new one, I can just print it out and it's so easy and it's lickety split and I like that. So that's what happens with this. And I don't have to actually take this on the go. This is just usually something that I refer to as I'm planning or writing things down, mostly on the monthly or if not on my dailies. And the pen I use in here is the Bic round stick and it's in a fine. I love this pen. It is essentially, I guess you could say maybe this pen, I don't know, in black, because this is also a Bic. It writes really smoothly. I really like it. It's not that serious. They're very inexpensive. You can buy a whole box, you know, just take it out of, you know, grocery money and you're really not going to miss that much at all. And I love it. So this is my favorite pen. I know it's not pretty. I wish it was a clicker pen. Sometimes the clicker pens, I don't know, they just seem to write differently for me, or I don't like them. This always works. So there's that. And I'm kind of sad that this is so narrow because I can't fit it in there. I know, I wish that I could. Yeah, that's not really a great situation either. I did have a clip on here at one point. So if y'all ever find yourself in a situation and you forget, because sometimes I forget, you can always put something like this on and then you can clip it on a little bit better like that. And if you usually push it in, it won't fall off. There you go. So that is that notebook. Now I always use a pencil in pretty much all of them because sometimes I need to make some kind of a division or a box or something. Man, the sun is going down so fast. I like to do that in pencil so it's not as harsh. When I need to highlight things, I usually put like an asterisk next to it because I'm used to bullet journaling where you only have one pen, so you can use signifiers instead of color, but I still like this for really important things. So once in a while you will see some bright yellow, and this is my favorite. I don't know which one it's called, but it's not like the regular yellow. It's a really very bold yellow and I love it. Which is weird because I don't really care about color or boldness. I don't know what's happening to me. Then I have this pen, and this is the Uni 1, I think? I was gonna say Uniball. So it's Uniball 1. Okay, so it's all of them. And you know me, I take out the cartridge and I put in a zebra, ooh, this one's almost gone, look at that. A zebra refill in here, and this is in the 0.5 because it's a very bold, dark, beautiful, beautiful opaque ink. I was gonna say pen. So I'm using that still. I do have a refill for this and this pen that I carry with me, so whenever any of them go out, I'm not stressed out about it. Then, because I just cannot go without a friction pen, I do have one, and this is in the, I want to say it's like blue black. Is that true? Blue black? Blue black? Say that like 5 times. That's wild. In a 0.5. I know. I'm used to like a 0.3 Pentel, but I don't know what's happening. 0.5 is pretty bold for me. I don't go higher than that, and that's what I'm using right now. Well, except for the fine, which I'm not sure what this would be considered. But yeah, I think it might be like a 0.7 or something. It doesn't write that way, okay, in my defense. So then we have this pen, which I love, and I think it's really fun. I was using this because honestly, for a couple of things I was doing in here planning wise, I was really sick and tired of this stupid pen. The Uniball 1 is probably the same, like the ink that's in there, but for the Zebra, excuse me, it's just terrible with highlighters, especially the mild liners. It just hates it. So I started using this because it's not a gel pen, and that makes me really happy, and I can highlight immediately because I don't want to have to come back an hour later or two. It's not that serious, people tell me. And I'm like, it's serious. I'm a lazy planner. I'm not going to get it together. So I love this. And once again, there are 4 colors in here. I don't know what's happening. Okay, so in here, in my standard Camel, I have 3 of the paper inserts and a couple of other Traveler's Notebook inserts. Everything is Traveler's Notebook, or Traveler's Company rather. Oh, I was gonna put Foxy Fix Sticky in here. Well, I don't know what I did with it now, but I think I need to hold some things. Anyway, here is the weekly. I know. So do you guys remember? I don't know when I did this, probably at the beginning of last month. I talked to you about how I had to go months, then weeks, then days, because that just felt right to me, and having it out of order seemed kind of crazy. But I put this together, and somebody actually asked me how I have this in here. So if I haven't done like a YouTube short on it or a video, as of the making of this video, that will be coming soon. So anyway, I have my weekly first because this is getting traded out. This has the first 6 months of the year. At the 1st of June, I will be able to you know, have a changing of the guard. And I just loved this picture, so I just wanted it in the front so I could look at it for one more month before I have to take it out. This is something I got from Etsy, so I can reprint it if I want to, but I don't think I will. I want something different. And I'm also thinking, you guys, there's a piece of fluff and I can't get it. I'm thinking about, I don't know, like making this easier to switch out. I don't know how I would do that. I get really bored very easily. Like this is just like barely on there with double-sided sticky tape. So I might have been able to peel it off, but I actually put the sticker over it to seal it on there. So I would have to tear this, and I don't want to do that. So then in here I have my monthly in the center, and yes, I'm going to go back to the weekly, but I feel like I should start with the month. I know this is weird. And here we are. I have my goals up here at the top. I did a setup again in a YouTube short. This is working out really well for me because I just pull from here and either put it in here to break it down further or on, you know, in the dailies that I keep in here. So let's go back to the weekly. Okay, so here was this past week. And what I did was, I might have to zoom in so y'all can kind of try to capture this. Can we get all of this into view? Okay, so I divide this in half. On this side, I put appointments. On this side, I put like a little blurb or like memory for whatever I was working on for the day. It is cold in here. It is summer, but apparently the weather does not know that. Okay, so I broke down my goals, and these were the goals that I had on the monthly up here that I wanted to try to work on and figure out. And I told, I think you guys before, that I'm trying to work on hours as opposed to write every day, read every day, do this every day. Some of these things I still try to do every day, or I try to put down stuff like, for this project, I want to do 2 hours and 20 minutes a day. So I was able to do 6 out of the 7, which is still really good, but I was stressed out about that one. This one I didn't get as much done, and that's okay. I know the reasons for that. I journaled about it, so I know, but I've been working off and, you know, just like chipping away at stuff as much as I can. Here I was putting like physical books versus audiobooks, and I'm still doing terrible. May was a really bad month because it was so busy, and June I've just gotten really lazy about my reading. I know. Down here we have like vocabulary. So some of these things I did not reach my full potential or what my goal was, and so I kind of adjusted that for this coming up week over here. So some things that I had like 10, I think I had something over here that I had written, oh, maybe I didn't do it, like 10 and stuff for, I went down to 7 because I was like, let's be more realistic. And actually I tend to spend a little more time on social media because I'm so slow about it than the 4 hours. But if I get at least 4 hours done, then I feel like I'm doing, you know, something kind of decent. Over here on the left, again, I have all my appointments. Now, here's the thing. I have this pen. It looks kind of crazy, but also not. You're going to ask me, hey, Sylvia, what's red for? What's blue? What's green? Literally nothing. I thought, okay, I'm going to have different colors for certain things. The only thing, like, as far as my system and color is concerned, is that if anything is done in one solid color, that means it was consecutive. I did it every single day. If it's like, if I had all red here and then I went with a blue, that means that this day was not consecutive. Maybe I took a day or 2 off and then I either read it here or somewhere else. I was keeping it in the dailies, in these big dailies, to try to fill it up, which I'm not doing anymore. So I usually keep it over here to let me know. And then over here off to the side, which I usually use my highlighter. Let's just add more color, shall we? I hope I don't throw up. It's freaking me out a little bit. I'm getting better, but at the same time, like, oh my gosh. And this highlighter kind of just screams at you. It's like that really yucky, like, I don't know, any kind of like traffic sign yellow. It's just bright and bold and angry, and it's like, don't you dare break this law. That's what this is. But that's sort of what I've been doing for the weekly, and I really, really love it. And I'm going to continue it for this coming up week. And then we can go to what I have here in the center. So this, again, you've seen it before. I keep my writing board, which I've still never learned how to say in Japanese. Let me zoom out a smidgen because I'm so close. In my paper folder, sticky notes that I've never used because they're kind of a god-awful color. I'm trying to come back around because I did spend the monies for it, and it is kind of cool. I thought about using this just as a sticky note dashboard, and I keep forgetting it's in here. So maybe I might have to take this out, because if I'm not using it, why have it? Got some stickers here that, again, I never use, but I try to carry them for a while because maybe, just maybe. And a postcard. All of this stuff in here, don't use it so far this month, in the month of June. I don't think I used maybe only a few of these in May. So again, this might have to, the stuff in here might have to come out. I might rotate it later, but I'm starting out with it in here. Okay, so for the dailies, sometimes you just get a bug and you're like, I need to do this. So here are my dailies. I was trying to do the new Writer Carol daily thing where he's putting like the most important things at the top and then he's trying to number in what order he wants to do them in. And I was doing that for a while, and then you break it down here in hours if you want to, a little journaling. Where this line is and this line is here, I just decided to start putting notes here, like random notes, instead of keeping it in another notebook or before I was really putting stuff in here. I was just putting it down at the bottom. So these notes might not have anything to do with what's going on up here or breaking it down, like these tasks down further, but they were notes that I needed to make for the day. And I'm like, okay, cool. And I was just trying to like think things out on the page. So you can see that I started to fall off on using the space because some days you just don't need a whole freaking, regular standard size page. It's just too much for me, you guys. So let me see. If I took this passport insert and I put it over here, I mean, that's almost about that size, right? So I'm just like a passport to A6 size for dailies. I just am. I don't need that much space. And, if I did, I would just take up an extra page. So I did this until when? Tuesday. And then I was like, pass. So Tuesday the 2nd, because these are already numbered, dated up there at the top for you. And I was just kind of over it. And I was, nope, just kidding. I did it until Wednesday and I set up Thursday and it just wasn't going to work for me anymore. So that's okay because I can just put a line underneath here and then just write notes and then come out here and write down where those notes are and what page they're on. So it's not that serious. Have an index and I can just go back to doing notes in here, lickety split. So the one thing that I do is I take this out of the back because I have this little pocket here. See, a Foxy Fix one. I found the other one, and the other one, so what would we call this? Like it opens to the left, so this one opens to the right. And I wasn't sure if I was going to put it in here, but now I know I do want it in there. I take this out when I want to write on it and I just put it in the center because it makes it more even Steven. Then when I want to write on the center notebook, it's pretty even Steven already, so I don't have to worry about it. The front notebook is definitely, well, it has a big hump like the back notebook would. So I just put this underneath it. And then again, it's more even Steven. So I don't have to take this whole situation apart. And if you've seen the video or when I make that video, you'll know what I'm talking about. Right now, none of these are actually, none of my notebooks are actually on strings, technically. So yeah, I did put this one very close to the edge so I wouldn't have to cut a little, sliver of the back of my notebooks anymore because in my brown, it wasn't as close to the edge as I could have made it. And this was just going way down in there and causing, planner peak. But I don't have that situation in here at all other than a little bit of the plastic, what is this called? Zippy pouch a little bit, the front part, but not that serious. And that is everything, you guys. What are you guys using for June? How many pens do you guys have? Make me feel better about my life. I just don't know what's happening. Oh, I should have mentioned to you also that in this first insert, the weekly, I am using this pen. And then in the monthly, I find because I need to erase things and I don't always like to use pencil, I am using the Friction because I can erase. And then in my back notebook, I was using the Uniball in here with a zebra ink cartridge. Yeah, so 3 different pens. One of them has 4 different colors. It's wild. I don't know what's happening, but it's happening. Okay, so that is everything. Let me know, again, down below if you think I'm crazy. Just kidding, I don't need to know that because, well, I already know that. But let me know what you're using. And if you haven't already, let me know what you think about my new designs on my notebook. All right, so don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I hope that this was helpful. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.